Hello friends, my name is Dr. Shweta Goyal. You are watching the Engineering Master, the finest way to learn the concept of physics and electrical. So here in this lecture we will discuss about phasor algebra. This is a very important or very interesting topic in the phasor series. So हमने जैसे बात की थी in phasor RC parallel circuits में how we can do the phasor algebra. So in this lecture we will study about phasor algebra method and then we do some numerical. Okay, so please stay till the last, and this is very interesting lecture. So shall we start? Okay, first of all we will discuss about notation. Okay, first of all we will discuss about notation of phasor. Okay, how we notate our phasor on rectangular coordinate axis. Okay, rectangular coordinate axis. Notation of phasor on rectangular coordinate phasor. Consider a phasor V. Okay, and we are consider a phasor. Okay, rectangular coordinate, there are 4 coordinates, so consider a phasor V lying along OX axis. So this is the axis of OX axis. Okay, if we multiply this phasor by -1, the phasor is reversed. Okay, if this is a consider a phasor V. This is a phasor lying on OX axis. Okay, if we multiply this phasor by -1, it will reverse. Okay, it will be reverse, that is -V. Okay, so are you getting this point? Now it is rotated through 180 degree. Reverse, it means 180 degree. Let's suppose this is X dash. Okay, in the clockwise direction, let us see with the what phasor, and phasor will multiply so that it rotates through 90 degree. Let's we consider how much notation can be multiplied by with this V, so it can be rotate at 90 degree. Okay, suppose this factor is J, small j, not capital J, small j. Let's suppose this factor is J. So the J is a phasor, or we can say factor, which we are multiplying with V. Okay, let's suppose J rotates. Okay, multiplying phasor by J square rotates the phasor by 180 degree. Okay, this means multiplying the phasor by J square is same as multiplying by -1. So therefore J square equal to -1. So J equals to under root -1. Please keep this value in mind. It is very important term for phasor algebra. Okay, so J square is -1. So we are taking the J factor which we are multiplying with this phasor to get the reverse value. So J square is -1. Okay, so if we are getting J will be 90 degree, and then again J square, that will be -1. So J square will be -1. So from this J equals to under root -1. Okay, now when a phasor is multiplied by J, the phasor is rotated through the 90 degree. Okay, from this we are getting a very important term. I am writing with a different color. Please note it down that when a phasor is multiplied by J, okay, small j, the phasor rotates by 90 degree. Okay, now in clockwise direction. Okay, in clockwise direction we are talking about. In successive multiplication, J rotates the phasor through the additional 90 degree. Successive, let's suppose J equals to under root -1. J square will be -1. Now J cube will be J square into J, that is -1, under root -1, that will be 270 degree. Okay, this is 90 degree clockwise direction. This is 180 degree clockwise direction. Okay, now 270 degree, because j cube, j, that will be j square into j, that will be minus j, we can say. Okay, so here that is 270 degree. Now j to the power 4, that will be j square into j square, that will be minus 1 into minus 1, that will be 1. So 360 degree clockwise direction. So this is a notation of j. Please keep this mind that j is a operator. So we talk about, now we will talk about significance of the operator j. What is the significance of j operator? Okay, what is the significance? So what is the significance of j operator? With just a symbol plus indicates, let's suppose there is a phasor. Okay, let's suppose there is a phasor OX. Okay, so here A is this and resultant voltage is V and B is the length of this phasor. So theta is an angle. Okay, now this is X dash and this is Y dash. Okay, this is a phasor diagram. Now just a symbol plus indicate the operation adding the two numbers. Similarly, J indicates operation rotating the phasor through 90 degree in clockwise direction. Let's suppose like plus indicates addition. Okay, like plus indicates addition, J indicates the phasor rotates by 90 degree in clockwise direction. Okay, J significance is that J shows the phasor rotates by 90 degree in clockwise direction. The operator J does not change the magnitude of the phasor. Okay, J does not change magnitude. Okay, it does not change magnitude, it just change the direction of the phasor in clockwise direction. Okay, please keep this mind, J does not change the magnitude of the phasor. Okay, we consider a V phasor displacement of theta degree. We consider a V phasor displacement by the theta degree in this phasor diagram. Okay, so this phasor can be resolved into two rectangular components. Okay, one is horizontal component and one is vertical component. Horizontal component is A, vertical component is B. Okay, now along x-axis and y-axis. Now mathematically we can express this horizontal and vertical component by V equals to A plus J beta. Okay, when we are getting this phasor diagram, we get one horizontal component, one vertical component. So we can mathematically express this component V equals to A plus J beta. So magnitude, what is the sign of magnitude? This magnitude of V, that will be under root A square plus B square. We can also solve with this by the trigonometrical equation. Okay, now angle phi, or we are taking theta angle. So theta angle will be tan inverse B upon A. Okay, angle will be B upon A. Okay, so it can be noted down that the quantity A plus J beta, this term is called complex number. Okay, this term is called complex number. Okay, now or we can say complex quantity. Okay, इस वाली जो इस फॉर्म को A plus J beta की जो फॉर्म होती है उसको हम complex number or we can also call it complex quantity. Okay, horizontal component is called in phase component. Okay, I can write A, horizontal component. Okay, horizontal component can also called in phase component. In phase component or active component. Active component. Okay, now B, vertical component. B or vertical component can also called reactive component. Okay, so that is reactive component, or we can also call quadrature component. Quadrature component. Okay, please note these things. This is significance of J. We can express this phasor by B plus A plus J beta. Magnitude can be expressed as A square plus B square. Theta can be expressed tan square B minus A. A is called in phase component because it is in phase with the OX component, phasor component, and B is a reactive component, or we can say quadrature component. Okay, now we will talk about the mathematical expression of phasor. Okay, so please stay tuned to the last. It is very interesting topic and very common topic which can be asked in any competitive exam. So representation. Okay, mathematical representation of phasor. First we will talk about rectangular form. Rectangular form. Okay, so first we will talk about rectangular form. In rectangular form, we can express our term that will be V equals to A plus J beta. That we have discussed earlier. V plus A G B beta, that we can also call complex form. That is your rectangular form. Okay, so if we want to know the magnitude, that will be under root A square plus B square, and theta, that is tan inverse B minus A. Okay, this is a rectangular form for phasor. Okay, now if there is a 4 phasor, okay, let's suppose this is your V1, this is your V2, this is your V3, this is your V4. So this is your A, B1, A1, and minus B4. This is your A4. Okay, the A, B4 and A4. This is your, like this, A2 minus A2 because this is negative, and this is your B2. Now this is your minus A3 and this is your B3. Now you can take V1 equals to A1 plus J beta 1, V2 equals to A2 minus A2 plus J beta 2, V3 will be minus A3 plus minus, because this is minus. So minus J beta 3, V4 equal to A4 minus J beta 4. So you can express your term in rectangular form like this. Now we will discuss about next phasor form, that is trigonometrical form. Okay, this is your rectangular form. Now we will talk about trigonometrical form. So that is trigonometrical form. So please stay tuned the last. You will get an interesting numerical in the last. Okay, trigonometrical form. In the trigonometrical form, we can derive or we can express our terms like V equals to V cos theta plus J sin theta. Okay, so in trigonometrical form, you can derive your expression like V equals to V cos theta plus J sin theta. Okay, now here A equals to V cos theta and B equals to V into J sin theta. Okay, so this is your B equals to, or we can say J is not here, B equals to V sin theta. Okay, V cos theta and V sin theta. And third form of representation, that is polar form. Okay, you can derive polar form. Polar form can be expressed as V equals to V magnitude angle theta. Okay, so this is your polar form. You can derive your V magnitude. This is your magnitude and this is your polar form. Okay, now you can it is usual practice to represent the trigonometrical form V cos theta J sin theta, called the polar form is V, that V into under root theta. Okay, now we will discuss about how we can convert one form of one form of representation into another form. Okay, for this conversion we will do our numerical, directly numerical. Okay, so first numerical or first example, that is V equals to 50 under root 36.87 volt in trigonometrical and rectangular form. Okay, change in trigonometrical and rectangular form. So how can we convert polar form into trigonometrical and rectangular form? Okay, so first of all, in trigonometrical form, what we can do, V equals to V cos theta plus J sin theta. This is a trigonometrical form, so we can directly put the values here, that is 50 cos 36.87 degree plus J sin 36.87 degree. You can put the value directly here and you will get the answer. Okay, so you can get the answer, or this is you can say the trigonometrical form. Now in rectangular form, okay, because you have to change the polar form into rectangular form also. So rectangular form equation, that is in phase or we can say in phase component or A, okay, or we can say active component, that we have discussed in this lecture only, that is in phase component. In phase component is V cos theta. So here V is 50 and cos theta value, that is cos 36.87 degree. For this you can derive from your calculator directly, so it will be 40 volts. Okay, you can derive directly at your own. Now reactive component, or we can say B, that is V sin theta. Okay, so V sin theta, here V is 50 into sin theta is 36.87 degree. So if you solve this, you will get 30 volts answer. Okay, so you get both the values. So reactive and reactive component you both have. So active component, V equals to active component, that is 40 plus J 30 volts, because A plus J beta form. So this is your answer. So now you can convert any polar form into trigonometrical and rectangular form. Now we will discuss another topic, that is convert rectangular form into polar form. So these are question and all are in rectangular form. You have to convert it into polar form. Okay, there we have taken 4 examples and all are the value A plus J beta minus A plus J beta minus A minus J beta plus A minus J beta. All the forms are all the forms are taking here. So please stay tuned and take and see how we can do that. First of all, we have to take this example. So magnitude, we have to take magnitude first. Magnitude will be under root 3 square plus 7 square. Okay, 3 square plus, what is that, 7 square. Okay, so if you solve this, you will get 7.62. Please do the calculation at your own, because if I will do here, that will be very time taking. So theta, that will be tan inverse B upon A. So B upon A, that is 7 upon 3, that will be 66.8 degree. Okay, so you can get 3 plus J7, that will be polar form, that is 7.62 angle 66.8 degree. Okay, this is complete. Now second, minus 2 plus J beta. First of all, you have to calculate the magnitude under root 2 square plus 5 square, because square term no minus will be minus 2 will be taken here, minus 2 that will be 4. So here minus 2 that will be 4 plus 24, that is under root 29, that is 5.6. 39. Okay, now theta will be taken, that is tan inverse 5 upon minus 2. Okay, so that will be tan inverse minus theta, that will taken as 180 degree minus 68.2. Why we do this? Because this is tan inverse minus theta. If we are taking a minus theta, that will be clockwise direction, but we want the value at anti-clockwise direction. So minus a plus j beta. Where is the quadrant of minus a plus j beta? That is minus a plus j beta. That will be the minus 180 degree quadrant. So we are doing here minus 180 degree. So minus 180 degree, that is 111.8 degree. Okay, now third is minus minus, that will be third quadrant. Okay, so third quadrant, first of all we have to take magnitude, that is under root minus 50 square minus 75 square. If you solve this, you will get 90.1 square. Okay, now theta equals to tan inverse minus 75 upon minus 50, that will be minus minus, that will be 180 degree plus 56.3 degree. Why plus 180 degree? Because it is at third quadrant, and if theta measured in clockwise direction, so its value will be its value can also be taken as 5. Okay, I have not done is correctly complete 111.8 degree, or we can also write 5.39 minus 248.2 degree, because if we take it clockwise direction, so we will take clockwise direction, so 180 degree minus. If we take in anti-clockwise direction, because anti-clockwise direction 360 degree, so 360 minus this one, so we will get this. Okay, now this will be 180 plus 56 degree, that will be 236.3. so here the 90.1 angle 236.3 degree, or we can also write it in, if we are taking anti-clockwise direction, that clockwise direction, if we are taking clockwise direction, so that will be 90.1 angle minus 123.7 degree. Why? Because 360 degree minus this, so that we will get 123.7, because if we take in clockwise direction, so 360 degree minus this one. Okay, now fourth one is this a plus minus j beta, that will be the fourth quadrant. Okay, so magnitude same, plus 6 square plus 8 square, that will be 10. Okay, now theta, that will be tan inverse minus 8 upon 6, that will be, if we are taking clockwise direction, that will be 360, because fourth quadrant is 360, so 360 minus angle, which angle is getting from this, that will be 53.113 degree, that will be 306.87, or we can also write it that is 10 final polar form, that is 306.87 degree, or we can also write it 10 50 minus 53.13 degree, that will be getting from 360 minus this one, so we will get 53 minus 13 degree. I hope this is clear now why we are getting two values here, because if we are taking anti-clockwise, because fourth quadrant, if we are taking anti-clockwise, we will get 180 degree minus. If we are taking clockwise direction, so this is taking one complete cycle, and one complete cycle, because if we want to go there from here, we have to take one complete cycle like this. Okay, so that will be 360 minus. If we are taking clockwise direction, this will go like this. two quadrant, third quadrant, that will be second quadrant. So 180 degree minus, and from the clockwise direction, that is 360 minus. Okay, so we are taking like this. Okay, in any competitive exam there will be any quantity, so I am giving you both the quantities here. Now we will do how we addition and subtraction of the phasor. So here we will do how we can addition and subtraction of the phasor. So first of all, let's suppose two phasor is there, that is V1 equals to A1 plus J beta 1 and V2 is A2 plus J beta 2. So two phasor is there. We have to addition is V equals to V1 plus V2. So how we can do that? That will be V1 plus V2, that will be A1 plus J beta 1 plus A2 plus J beta. So we will do a real or imaginary term with A1 plus A2 plus J beta 1 plus beta 2. Okay. Now magnitude, what will be the magnitude of this resultant? That is under root A1 plus A2 का square plus B1 plus B2 का whole square. Okay. Now what will be the theta? That will be tan inverse B1 B2 upon A1 and A2. This is the addition of any phasor. Now we will discuss about the subtraction of the phasor. Now V equals to V1 minus V2. If you want to perform this V1 minus V2, how can you perform? That will be A1 plus J beta 1 minus A2 plus J beta 2. Here A1 minus A2 plus J, if you take plus J B1 minus B2. Okay, so this is your B. Now if you want to make magnitude of this, that will be under root A1 minus A2 का square plus B1 minus B2 square. Okay, now if you want to make theta angle, that will be tan inverse B1 minus B2 upon A1 minus A2. This will be your angle. Now we will do one numerical to clear your doubts. Okay, now first of all we will do one numerical regarding addition and subtraction. So let's suppose these two current phasor is given I1 and I2, and we have to perform I1 plus I2 and I2 plus I1. Okay, now this is your rectangular form. So I1 plus I2, that will be 15 plus J10 and plus 12 plus J6. Okay, now 15 plus 12 plus J10 plus 6. So here 7, and this is your 27 plus J16. Okay, so this is your I1 plus I2. I1 and I2. Now we are not taking here magnitude and angle, because in the question we have to perform only I1 plus I2. So here I1 minus I2, that will be 15 plus J10 minus 12 plus J6. Here 15 minus 12 plus J10 minus 6. So here 3 plus J4. This is your I1 minus I2. Now we will do one question that will be related to your polar form. If we want to take the magnitude, that will be under root 3 plus 3 square plus 4 square, and that will be 27 plus 16, 27 square plus 16 square. Okay, now second will be 2 from the polar form. Okay, now question is this: determine the resultant voltage of two voltage V1 and V2 given in the polar form. So we cannot perform addition and subtraction in polar form, so we have to convert either in the rectangular form or either in the trigonometrical form. So we are converting into the rectangular form, that is V1 equals to 25 cos 15 plus J sin 15. Okay, so cos 15, that is that will be value you can get from your calculator directly. So here 24.5 the 25 into cos 15, that will be 24.15 plus j 6.47 volt. Okay, this you get rectangular form. Okay, so this is your triangular trigonometrical form, and this is your rectangular form you are getting. Now V2 you get from here, that is 15 cos 60 plus j sin 60. I hope you all know the values of cos 60 and j sin 60. This is very simple value. Cos 60, that is 1 upon 2 plus j sin 60, that is under root 3 by 2. These are the very common values. Okay, so you can get from here, and from value you can get, that is 15.5, that is 7.5 plus under root 3 by 2 j, that is 12.99 volt. You get the two values in the rectangular form. These are the rectangular form. You got the rectangular form. Now you can get V1 plus V2. So here V1 plus V2 you can get here, that is V1 plus V2. So V1 plus V2, V1 is 24.15 plus j 6.47 plus V2, that is 7.5 plus j 12.99, which we are getting from this. Okay, so these are the value we are getting here. So if you perform 24.15 plus 7.5 plus j, that is 6.49 plus 12.99. Okay, so these are the value you are getting. If you solve this, you will get 31.65 plus j 19.46 volt. Okay, so you are getting these value. So if you in the question you have to find out the resultant value. So here V equals to, that is under root 31.65 square magnitude. Okay, so 19.46 square. From the calculator you can get the values, that is 37.15 volt. Okay, now theta, that will be tan inverse 19.46 upon 31.65. If you found the value, that will be 31.6 answer. Okay, now if you want to convert it into polar form, because the question was in the polar form, that will be 37.15 under root 31.6. This is your answer, or we can say resultant voltage. Okay, now one more important term, that is complex conjugate. Okay, so I hope you all know what is a complex conjugate. Okay, that you have earlier discussed, that you have studied in 11th and 12th class. So complex conjugate, which also used in this phasor method. Complex conjugate. What is complex conjugate? Complex conjugate is the number are said to be conjugate if they are differ only in the algebraic sign of the quadrature component. Let's suppose a plus j beta is a complex number. The complex conjugate of this number will be a minus j beta. Okay, are you getting my point? A plus j beta is a complex number, and complex conjugate of this number will be a minus j beta. Okay, now let's suppose one example we are taking, that is, let's suppose 2 plus j3 is a complex number. Now 2 minus j3 is the complex conjugate of this number. Minus 4 plus j3. So complex conjugate will be minus 4 minus j3. Okay, in the polar form, this is your rectangular form. If we are taking polar form, 5 under root 5 angle 30. So complex conjugate of this number will be 5 minus 30 degree. Okay. Now if we are taking minus 40, 10 under root minus 40, the complex conjugate of this number will be 10 under angle 40 degree. Okay, so this is your complex conjugate. Complex conjugate is only a number that is differ from the algebraic sign. Okay, now if we want to make the complex conjugate addition, okay, let's suppose sum of complex conjugate a plus a star, that will be a plus j beta, a minus j beta, plus a, that will be, if we solve this, a plus j b minus b, that will be the 0. So answer will be 2a. Okay, now a minus a complex conjugate, that will be a plus j beta, a minus j beta, minus, so it will be 2jb. Okay, so a into multiply of complex conjugate, that will be a plus j beta into a minus j beta, that will be a square plus b square. Okay, so this is your complex conjugate. Now we will discuss about how we can multiply and subtract the phasor. Okay, now we will discuss about this. So first of all we will discuss about power and roots of the phasor. Okay, I hope you understand now how we can do multiplication and division. Now powers. So suppose first of all power. Suppose it is required to find the cube of the phasor 2 angle theta. If you want to require cube of this phasor, so how we can do that? 2 angle, this cube, that will be 2 angle theta, 2 angle theta and 2 angle theta, that will be 2 into 2 into 2 angle 10 plus 10 plus 10, because of multiplication angle will be addition, so 2 into 2, that is 8 angle 30 degree. Okay, so in general a to the power n, any phasor angle will be, or we can say any angle, that will be any angle theta and theta. So any power you can do from this. Okay, now second, roots. How we can do roots? Okay, let's suppose we have one angle, that is 8 angle 30. This angle we are taking. Okay, so now we have to do under root 3 of 8 angle theta, that will be 2 angle 10, because the cube of this under root will be same. Okay, so n angle a, any angle, that will be a angle a theta by n. Okay, because theta by n 30 upon 3, that will be 10, and under root 8 will be 2. So you can perform any power, any roots from these equation. Okay, now we are doing an example that will be more clear to you, and you will be able to do any question after this. Let's suppose I is 64 angle 30 degree. So you have to perform I square, I cube, under root I and I cube. Okay, so you have to perform these 4 values. So first of all, I square, that will be 64 under root angle 30 square, that will be 64 into 64 angle 30 angle 30 plus 30. So 64 into 64, that is 4096 angle 30, that is 60. Now we have to perform under root 3 3 cube, that is 64 angle 30 ka cube. that is 64 into 64 into 64 angle 30 plus 30 plus 30. So that will be 26, 21, 44 angle 90 degree. Now you have to perform under root I, that is 64 angle, this is your angle and under root here. Okay, now that will be under root 64 because a to the power angle root 64 and angle upon n, that is 2. So here that will be 15 and under root 64, that is 8 angle 15. Now 3, okay, cube 3, that will be 3 under root 64 and angle will be 30 upon 3, that will be 3 cube, that is 4 angle 10 amperes. This is your ampere current. So I hope it is clear now how we can perform under root square. Okay, now what are the applications of algebra in AC circuit? Now in AC circuit is taken as a reference phasor along axis if we are taking any phasor. ठीक है, अब हमने बात कर ली हम कैसे परफॉर्म करते हैं. Now what are the applications of phasor algebra in AC circuit? If we are taking a circuit as a phasor reference, okay, if we are taking phasor reference I plus J0, okay, we are taking J0, okay, because phasor lying on the OX axis. We are taking like this because phasor lying on the OX axis and 0 reference axis. Okay, a voltage is taken V equals to V plus J0. Okay, angle and we have done many questions in previous lectures, that is phasor algebra method. Okay, so you can go and check there the questions. Okay, so you can do any questions now from the phasor algebra. If you have any query regarding phasor algebra, you can comment me in a comment box. I will explain all your queries. So thank you, good day and take care. Please stay tuned and subscribe and share this channel.